I thought M was a randomly assigned letter. I had no idea it stood for...
Utter one more syllable and I'll have you killed.
Since I've been head of MI7, there's been a 40% drop in 00 operative casualties, and I want it to stay that way. You'll carry the water. Unless, of course, you prefer to go back to standard intelligence duties. You're booked on the 8:30 plane in the morning. If there's any chance of us getting a lector, we simply must look into it.
Suppose when she meets me in the flesh, I don't come up to expectations.
Just see that you do. This isn't a personal vendetta, 007. It's an assignment like any other. And if you can't treat it as such, coldly and objectively, the 008 can replace him. Who is this girl?
De Val's sister, sir.
Do you know where she is now?
Nassau.
Do you think she's worth going after?
I wouldn't have put it quite that way, sir.
You've only got 4 days, 007. Don't spend your time sitting around. No ill effects?
None at all, sir.
Well, now that you're dead, perhaps some of your old friends will pay a little less attention to you for a while. Give you more elbow room. You'll need it, too.
Does this mean you've lost confidence in me?
I'm well aware of your challenge, 007. The license to kill is useless unless one can set up the target. I'll find you a more suitable assignment, that's all.
So under the
That's all. Sir Donald has convinced the PM otherwise. May I remind you, 007, that Blofeld's dead. Finished. The least we can expect from you now is a little plain, solid work. Good God.
You see, by pulling out this button, sir, it turns the watch into a hyper-intensified magnetic field. Powerful enough to even deflect the path of a bullet. At long range, or so Q claims.
I feel very tempted to test that theory right now. If you don't mind, Commander, my spoon.
I mean, sir, who would pay $1 million to have me killed?
Jealous husbands, outraged chefs, humiliated tailors. The list is endless. Moreover, this trinket, as you call it, was sent with a note requesting special delivery to you. There's been a change of plan. You probably recognize my opposite number in the KGB. General Gogol. And I believe you're familiar with Major Amazova.
Enough to know which brand of cigarette she smokes.
It's activated by nerve impulses from the wrist muscles.
Like this?
Oh, thank you.
Do you know what this is?
Well, it looks like a Fabergé egg, sir. One of the jeweled eggs made by Carl Fabergé as an Easter gift for the Russian royal family. They're priceless and very rare. This one contains a model of the Imperial State Coach.
Top marks, 007.
Thank you, sir.
Except it's a fake.
But is your edge sharp enough? That's the difference between a 00 and a corpse.
Since you took over, sir, you've had little use for the 00s. I've spent most of my time teaching, not doing.
Oh, I'll make you no secret. I hold your methods in much less regard than my illustrious predecessor did.
The leak did occur after Zorin bought the company.
Precisely why I've already initiated an investigation.
All right, but for heaven's sake, let's be discreet about it.
But of course, Minister. You have exactly 35 minutes to get properly dressed, 007. You jeopardize the entire mission to avoid shooting a beautiful girl.
Not exactly, sir. I had to make a split-second decision. It was instinct.
I'll recall 008 from Hong Kong. He can do it. He doesn't know Pushkin. He follows orders, not instincts.
This private vendetta of yours could easily compromise Her Majesty's government. You have an assignment, and I expect you to carry it out objectively and professionally.
Then you have my resignation, sir.
We're not a country club, 007.
You don't like me, Bond. You don't like my methods. You think I'm an accountant. A bean counter more interested in my numbers than your instincts.
The thought had occurred to me.
Good. Because I think you're a sexist, misogynist dinosaur. Use your relationship with Mrs. Carver if necessary.
I doubt if she'll remember me.
Remind her. Then pump her for information. As you are aware, we do not negotiate with terrorists. And against every instinct in my heart, every emotion as a mother, I told him not to pay the ransom. The only place you're going is our evaluation center in the Falklands. 00 status rescinded.
Along with my freedom.
For as long as I deem necessary, yes. You're no use to anyone now. This may be too much for a blunt instrument to understand, but arrogance and self-awareness seldom go hand in hand.
So you want me to be half monk, half hitman?
Any thug can kill. I want you to take your ego out of the equation. You had to kill him. Couldn't bring him in for questioning so that we might actually learn something. When someone says we've got people everywhere, you expect it to be hyperbole. Lots of people say that. Florists use that expression. Doesn't mean that they've got somebody working for them inside the bloody room. If he says he's ready, he's ready.
Perhaps you can't see it, or maybe you won't.
What exactly are you implying?
You're sentimental about him.
As long as I'm head of this department, I'll choose my own operatives.
But then, isn't that what M stands for? Moron.
And now we know what C stands for. Careless.
You have no right to speak to me that way. You have no right to make insinuations about my judgment. If you've nothing left to give, you are irrelevant. You've done your bit, and we thank you for your service. Again. Goodbye.